It's not just Baroness Moon who is it Moon or Moan? Suddenly I've got a blank in my head about how to pronounce her name, as if it matters. It's not just this Baroness who has benefited from jobs from friends in the Conservative Party. It's also people like John Nash. I would have expected more from him. A life peer, a former minister, and his companies, and in particular a company called Softcat, of which he was a director until 2013 and still retains a significant shareholding. He's got 6 million shares in the company with a value of more than £88 million. In 2023, that meant that he was earning about £2.2 million. And Softcat has put in bids for and been accepted for about £2.97 billion for public sector contracts. And this seems extraordinary. And a lot of the money that Softcat has taken has been from the NHS. It's and Care UK community partnerships. And Nash has a declared shareholding in the House of Lords Register of Interests with the Softcat stuff. And it seems shocking. Shocking. He's also got a thing with Vertical Future, a vertical farming company based in London. It's been awarded £573,000 in resource grants by Innovate UK since 2020. Well, you know, if you know the right people, you get the right rewards. And it's as if when we look at Westminster and our ruling party, we see an odorous flow of, I can't really repeat the idea, can I? An odorous flow of excremental depravity. And it stinks to high heaven, doesn't it, really? It stinks. And these people are just milking. Can you milk ordure? This is becoming faintly scatological, and perhaps I should pause. But this is a man. Nash is a man who's a venture capitalist. He has a private equity firm called Sovereign Capital. He's been a prominent political donor, giving 600,000 to the Conservative Party, slightly less than the normal amount that is needed to buy a peerage. In my understanding, I thought that was about 3 million. His wife Caroline Nash has donated 215,000. He's been a non-executive director at the Department of Education, and he became schools minister in 2013. He's never been an MP, but he was made a life peer by David Cameron, and so was able to participate as a minister on the basis of that. So David Cameron didn't take that much to be persuaded to give him a peerage. But as we know, when we look back, the rot sets in with David Cameron. And of course, David Cameron is responsible for giving Mrs. May her job in the Home Office. The real target of depravity, the person who really introduces the country to disaster, is Mrs. May. But she was given her first chance by David Cameron, and David Cameron equally is the person who called the referendum, belittled the Queen, said that she was purring over the referendum in Scotland, and then walked away when the referendum didn't go the way he wanted it to go. But he hadn't done the work. He hadn't put in the effort, and he thought he was sitting pretty. But then so many Conservative MPs and members of the House of Lords have been sitting pretty, have been raking it in, and have undermined the spirit of probity and common sense that has characterized our governments for about 70 or 80 years. That has gone. That has gone. And this government has ushered in a tyranny of rot that has invaded the House of Commons, literally, metaphorically, and I think it's indifferent to party political allegiance.